Hello, my name is Stephen Garner, and I will be sharing with you my cue today, which is ugly lips that speak. This is something that really bothers me when I'm talking to someone. Now, let me set the stage for you. Have you ever been in a conversation with someone who is really beautiful? I mean, very attractive. I mean, this person was just straight up gorgeous. However, when that individual opened their mouth and the words came out, it was like sewage. It was like diarrhea of the mouth. I mean, it kept going and flowing because the words that that person was speaking were just so foul. It killed that individual's beauty. Have you ever had that experience? I'm sure you have. Well, listen, here's what I want to challenge you on today. And this is so important when we're communicating with people, is that thoughts are silent words and words are audible thoughts. Whenever we speak, we are creating a word picture that allows the individual who is listening to us to live in the environment of our image, right? With the words. Now, I want to give you an example of this. Whenever I'm communicating with my client, I want to present to them my great idea. However, they can't see what's in my head. And so the first thing I do is say, I want to make my thoughts visual. I sketch everything out, and then I present to them this picture. And then I say, how do you feel? What do you think? Give me some words that express your feelings based on my concept. Do you think it's great? What I have just done was created this word picture that invited my client into my thoughts. But when we're communicating with someone, we're doing exactly that. And it's so important that the thoughts we have are good thoughts, because when we speak them, the person who is receiving those words is either going to have a pleasant experience or an unpleasant experience. There's a proverb that I subscribe to, and it says, "For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." In other words, whatever you think in your mind, you visualize that image, and then you speak that image by using specific words. Well, the thing that we have to understand is the words that we speak, they have an impact on the person we're communicating to. It's not really that deep. But what we don't understand is that those words at times, when we're speaking negatively or we're saying things we shouldn't say, what we don't understand is that those words are actually influencing the person to think a certain way, even if he or she is not trying to think that way. That's why I gave you the example in the beginning of an individual you were talking to, and that person is just so beautiful, so just gorgeous to you. And then all of a sudden that person opens his or her mouth, and what comes out is all of this trash. Okay. Unfortunately, those words have killed the image that you had of that individual. You thought the external beauty was going to match the words that were communicated. And now you have this unpleasant experience when you're communicating with this person. And this is why it's so important to visualize what it is you say before you say it. You mean, in other words, you have to see what you say. Okay? And that's why I always create a word picture, and I put myself in that picture, and I think about the impact of the words that I will speak to someone, but I'm in the picture, and I say to myself, would I feel good? Will those words make me look good if I say them to someone else? Now, you got to think about this very closely, because whenever you hear someone saying something negative to you, you know how you feel when you receive those words. And those words in your mind create an image of that individual, and then it influences you to respond a certain way. Well, that's the same thing I want you to think about when I'm talking about ugly lips that speak. You see, ugly people think ugly thoughts, and the words are ugly, and they create ugly images. And this is what blows my mind all the time, is when I'm talking to someone who is a negative thinker. Everything that person says is always negative. And then that individual wonders why people don't like them. Well, you know what? You're making it hard for them to like you, because the words that you speak are creating these ugly images. And so when they look at you, no matter how attractive you are on the outside, they have this ugly picture that you've created in the inside of their mind. Ugly lips that speak think ugly thoughts. Those ugly thoughts are translated into ugly images, because that's how the mind works, right? So what I'm encouraging you to do today is to think beautifully. Think about the words that you are going to speak before you say them, and imagine the picture that they create and how that will impact and affect the person who will receive them. Beautiful people speak beautiful words. Be beautiful today. Take your cues from me and live a great life.